Welcome to Barrack.
So DreamWorks is making a new live-action version of the beloved How to Train Your Dragon movie, and I gotta say, what I've seen so far looks pretty damn cool. The How to Train Your Dragon movies are awesome, and my favorite franchise from DreamWorks. Toothless is such an awesome character. Who would have thought that a quirky dragon could become so iconic? I saw a few articles that said they aren't fully following the animated version's story, but every shot I've seen in the teaser is a big story beat from the original. I'll show you a bit later. I'm not completely against that. You don't have to do a shot-for-shot remake, but a faithful adaptation that keeps the main important story beats and character arcs are what's going to make or break this movie. If they can nail that, then I can see this one going down as a classic as well. The one negative I have is the casting of Astrid. So let's get that out of the way so we can get to the good bits.
Rant.
The role of Astrid will be portrayed by black nepo baby Nico Parker. Why the fuck would you do that when the rest of the cast looks to be spot on? This is a Viking story. Vikings and Norse people were white. God forbid casting a white person in any other race for any reason today. You'd be crucified. So why is it okay to blackwash movies and we all just have to be okay with it? Can we just be done with this DEI SJW bullshit already so we can get on to properly casting people and telling stories again? Okay, rant over.
5, Mr. Rant.
Now on to the good stuff. Apart from Astrid's casting, the rest looks awesome. The guy playing Hiccup definitely looks the part, and he even sounds a lot like Hiccup. Gerard Butler, who voiced Stoic in the animated movies, plays his live-action version as well, and he looked fucking awesome in the role. Nick Frost as Gobber is another pretty inspired casting choice. His goofy demeanor should work very well for the good-hearted old mentor that's lost a bunch of his limbs. Toothless has been perfectly cast as well.
He's hilarious.
He did get the 4K texture ray tracing update in this version.
Nice.
What gives me the most hope for this movie is the director, Dean Deblois. Now the name might not immediately click, but this is not his first rodeo as a director, and especially not as one within the How to Train Your Dragon franchise.
I decided to revisit How to Train Your Dragon because it felt like an amazing opportunity to not only direct a live-action movie, but to be jumping back into a world that I frankly miss.
His directorial debut was way back with Lilo and Stitch with Chris Sanders, who's fresh from his latest hit, The Wild Robot, also for DreamWorks. Dean co-directed the original How to Train Your Dragon movie, also with Chris Sanders. After that, he went on to direct both How to Train Your Dragon sequels. This guy lives and breathes this franchise. So if there's anyone who knows the full story of Hiccup and Toothless and the Viking mythology behind the How to Train Your Dragon universe, it's Dean. What also gets me hopeful is seeing some of the live action shots compared to the animated versions. Let's have a look, shall we?
Are more proud.
Dad, I can't kill dragons.
But you will.
Dad, I can't kill dragons.
But you will kill dragons.
They've got the first meeting of Toothless and Hiccup.
I'm a Viking.
No.
And that iconic scene of their first touch. We get a glimpse of the training pit. We also see Stoic and the other Vikings landing on the island where the dragon nest is.
No matter how this ends,
That shot with the fireball. So good.
you carry all of us with you.
And Toothless is expressive.
Hell yeah!
Unlike the Lion King animals, they've kept his design very close to the original and they've kept his mannerisms in there. That's such a big part of what makes him such a good character. And lastly, it sounds like they're keeping the score close to the originals as well, as we can hear that classic main theme when the title card shows up. John Powell's score is an all-time classic and it's great to hear it in the teaser. And speaking of that title card, how good is that logo? Did you notice the slight brown color on the one side of Toothless's tail in the O? That side that gets fitted with the brown leather wing? All these small little details gives me hope that the filmmakers are really going to give this movie the love it deserves. They seem to have pretty faithfully recreated the sets of the original. This actually makes me feel like they're going to do the original How to Train Your Dragon movie justice. I genuinely have high hopes for this one. DreamWorks has been on a roll the last few years. Let's hope this one continues the trend. It's still a long way from release, but with a June 13 release date, that's a prime summer blockbuster slot. They obviously have a lot of faith in this one. Please be good, please be good, please be good. Anywho, that's me signing off.